Welcome, 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 everyone, to another edition of Psychic Saturday Night Live. Sorry, I got a kick out of doing that. I don't know why. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome on this 8th day of March. The 8th day of March. Already. Yeah. Time is just flying by. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and it's major acceleration energy. Basically, it's just super accelerated. We've amped things up, and we are working on our ascension. Yep. And it's all happening. Real time, but it's really fast time. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to talk tonight about... Oh, gonna have spirit connecting already. Oh, excuse me. Blanket excuse me for the whole the whole time we're on, because I don't know how many times that's going to happen. There's a lot of really important things to talk about in terms of the energy in the next few weeks, like that we need to know. First thing is we're heading into eclipse season, and already, like, I know it's important. Hello, whoever it is that's watching. I know, it's always going to be a powerful time. I say that every time, all the time, like all the time. These are powerful times. There's absolutely no way to dismiss that. There isn't. But these next few weeks, these next 2 weeks especially, not this week coming, well, technically, yeah, but the week after that, and then the week after that, those 2 weeks are going to be incredibly intense for energy, because we are entering eclipse season. Now, obviously, I wasn't meant to have it today. I'll have one hopefully by Saturday, but I have a little tool that I like to use when I talk about eclipses, because we're headed into this really powerful time of eclipse season. And in eclipse season, we have a wonderful opportunity to recalibrate our mind, and both sides of it, both hemispheres of it, male and female, masculine and feminine hemispheres of our brain. And so this time coming up is, if you're aware of it, extremely, extremely efficient for us to let go of things and to readjust our thoughts, and to, just initiate new things, initiate new directions for ourselves, where we're headed in the next few months, especially that time period. Now's the time to plant those seeds. Now's the time. Friday coming up, of course, we'll be on the following day, but still, Friday coming up is the full moon with a lunar eclipse. An incredibly awesome opportunity, an auspicious time, as they would say. We're going to let go of big things that really, really matter. We are recalibrating and really shifting. The full moon is all about, feminine energy. Is very connected to our feminine side, which is the right side of our brain, and all things emotional, right? The tides of energy and motion in our bodies. And so the moon plays an incredibly influencing role in our day-to-day lives. We see it every single day with the tides of the ocean, and we see it, and in the tides of the lunar experience and phases throughout the month. So when we have eclipses, they make a big difference too. They make a big impact, and it's been my experience all along that they are kind of like a reset in our whatever side of the brain it's working in the left side or the right side, whatever it is. So the right side is feminine, and the left side is masculine. You're dealing in the left side with logic and rational, and just being able to think critically, and all of those things that really keep you in this moment, with discernment and things like that. Sure. But the right side is our creative flow. It is our feminine side, and it is all about our emotional experiences and our creative flow and our ability to really just sort of be beings, not necessarily decipher everything, but just be. So there's this beautiful balance that we have in our own divine design, right? So eclipses matter. The moon matters, and it affects our brain because it's an electrical experience. It affects us also in our heart space emotionally, because that's electromagnetics, and all of those things are what the moon waves dictate. So, great time. Letting go. I mean, we're in the year of the snake. The whole year is going to be about shedding, releasing, transmuting, letting go of anything you don't need anymore that doesn't serve you, like snakeskin. And this beautiful lunar experience is going to really offer us a sort of a turbo boost for that stuff. So if you've been thinking about it since the Lunar New Year hit, and you've been thinking about what kinds of things you want to let go of, as we move towards the equinox, we're still letting go of last year's energy. So if there's still things coming up for you from last year that you thought, well, I worked on that, and why is it showing itself here now? Shouldn't it be gone? Those are the remnants. That's just residual. Don't worry about it. It's like spiritual gas. I talk about it all the time, like you have a taco on Tuesday and Thursday you happen to have a little burp that reminds you had a taco. Stuff takes time to come out of our cellular systems, right? Like especially if it's been sitting in there for a really long time, it's going to take time to emanate, to vibrate out of your physical body and then into your field. So it's got to come out of your physical body. It's going to be right in your face. At some point, you might even notice that, and that's what we're talking about. So it's not that you haven't worked on it and that it's there still because it needs to be worked on. No, it's giving you a last chance to say, oh yeah, I did do the work on that. Adios. See you later. Goodbye. Good riddance. And the moon will take that as its beautiful flushing energies do to away from you. Take it away from you to be released back into the ethers. So this time it's absolutely amazing. And hey, Sue, and all of what we can experience over the next couple of weeks, especially, are those big changes that the last couple of readings have talked about, the last couple of lives have talked about. The big changes here that we have orchestrated, initiated for ourselves and activated in our worlds, starting to show, a little bit of sign of life. You got to let go of what doesn't serve, right? And the last of that stuff is going to come to the surface, which is what we're talking about right now. And all of that means, you know what? You're free. You're free. When the equinox hits in, the following week, you're going to really notice an absolute difference in the energies. Absolute difference. And from that point on, you will absolutely be sure that all of the energy you encounter from the equinox on is strictly 2025. This is the final week of 2024 influences of any kind. It's the trickling of the water out of the tub, the very last bit of it. Now that Year of Snake is in and fully in, anchored in, this is where we really get the chance. So this beautiful eclipse season, divinely timed, as far as I'm concerned, to catapult us, turbo boost us, and push us into this new wonderful energy of 9. 2025, the Year of Snake. 9 is all about final endings, tying up loose ends, crossing T's and dotting I's, that kind of thing. Like really giving yourself a chance to sort of clear out and close off stuff. Anything you don't want from last year especially, it's a good time to start 2025 energy with that, just releasing it all. So the equinox comes in. It's a balance point. The lunar eclipse is, as I said at the beginning, kind of like to me it's like a reset. It's like we get a chance to adjust our vision, is really the way I gotta put it. And so often, and I'll use one next week, often I refer to the old Viewmaster toy that people of my generation anyway can remember, and they're still out there. So, people of my generation with kids of this new generation might actually have one. But the Viewmaster was a really cool toy when I was a kid that you could put these little reels in and click it and go from frame to frame to frame, seeing new pictures or evolutions of the previous picture. And we all loved them. I mean, a lot of us had them. And so I think of that. Often to me, that's what the eclipses are. They are this sort of, a clicking in of a new frame of perspective. We've got to a new place. Our whole collective consciousness, male and female, is, at a point now where we can kind of, once again, like I said, readjust ourselves, sort of clarify what we've seen, come to, and integrated for ourselves as a whole, as a humanity, because this goes into the full collective. This is not just about individuals, because we're all, yes, individually affected, but this actually serves and feeds into and is because of the greater consciousness, the higher knowledge that we're all here to embody. Yeah. So I love this time. We have 2 of them every year. We have 2 of them every single year. Hey, Rob, I love you too. Every year, in the spring and in the fall, we have eclipses. To me, they're like that reset. They're just this beautiful opportunity for us to kind of get our bearings about us, settle everything here, balance it all out. Not every time do the eclipses fall, by the way, on either side of the equinox. This time, though, this time is, important for us to note that. There's no coincidences, mistakes, or accidents. We know that that's necessary, right? The balancing through the equinox energies, the balancing of both, day and night, light and dark, of 12 hours per day, 12 hours and 12 hours rather, exactly even. It's a cross-quarter day between the solstices. You just can't make this stuff up. Reset, perfect balance. Love this stuff. Absolutely love this stuff. And if you look for something in it, if you look for the deeper meaning in everything, which really we're supposed to, you can discard and dismiss and, oh, that's coincidence. Oh, isn't that interesting? What a fluke that is. Sure, you can go and spend your whole life doing that and just sloughing stuff off. Or you can look at it and go, hey, maybe there's something to that. And what if there is? And if there is, what else is there that's connected to or about? Because when you understand the mechanics of the universe, you know that no single item is really ever just really one individual single item. There's always a connection because we are all one. Everything is connected. Everything has meaning. Everything has purpose. And I've said it for 1,000,000 times probably, and I'm not kidding when I say that. There's probably no exaggeration. I'm just kidding. Yes, I am. My husband said to me 30 years ago, Brenda, you can read something into everything. And I'm like, that's kind of what I do. That's what we're supposed to do. And I do it. And I do it well. Because I'm gifted with a sight that actually allows me to see even deeper than a lot of people do. So I can help other people by bringing it to their attention, what I see, and then they can go, hey, check that out. And I love those aha moments. So the final eclipse, which of course comes on the other side of the equinox, is the solar moon, right? The solar eclipse, which is the new moon. This one is going to allow us an emotional release and a let go of all the stuff, again, like I said, that does not serve us any longer. And do it that Friday, by the way, even though the energy is kind of a 24-hour, 36-hour kind of deal after the fact. Mercury goes retrograde the day after this lunar experience. So just know that what we do on the on the new moon and the solar eclipse is going to be kind of put on pause for a little while until Mercury decides to go direct again, and then it'll actually get its stuff done. But there's no mistakes to that either. Retrogrades offer us a time to really to really reflect on things, to ruminate on things, and to really think about contemplating what it is we're doing, where we are, how we feel about things. So it's a good thing in that case, as far as I'm concerned, that and nothing's going to really go anywhere. We get a chance to really decide for ourselves based on circumstances, especially based on circumstances that will show themselves, excuse me, as an outcome from the and the results of the work you do on the lunar eclipse. So do the work on the lunar. By the time the solar shows up, you'll have this beautiful opportunity to kind of get a real idea, and then see for yourself what you want to do. Put it on paper, write it out, do whatever you need to do in that case. In terms of planting seeds, deciding for yourself, dreaming up new wishes and dreams and visions for yourself, all of that stuff, because this whole new experience is going to be chock full of potential because of the time coming. Now, as an adjunct to this, it's important that we do this work, okay? Because of this part I'm going to tell you about. As we get excited about, letting go and cleaning ourselves off of, things that we don't need anymore, and just being liberated in those wonderful experiences and the actions that we take, excuse me, as we do all of that, you know, we literally, we shine brighter, right? We actually are allowing ourselves to get into a higher vibration, and we are focused on the good stuff, positivity, all of those things. And in that, you are in a higher mental state, right? A higher vibrational space. And as you are in that higher vibrational space, your focus is there. You're illuminated in your being. That's what we're here to do. Be in that space, not in the space that is, you know, down and negative and feeling, you know, not very good. Now, I will mention that a lot of people have had a hard time through February, and even coming out of February and into March now, shaking off those February blahs. There's a lot of people who got really, really, really saturated with that whole blah kind of energy and are having a very difficult time, or, you know, just some real challenges even, feeling good, recognizing the sun, feeling the warmth like I spoke of before, you know, getting out in it and just appreciating it and doing that. So this is a good time coming to think about all the good things in your life and help yourself to, you know, get yourself to that place where you're thinking, okay, oh, now I can manifest some really good things for summer, for, you know, as this time goes into summertime, and we increase in light and all of those things. So as you increase in light, that's what we're here to do. Because this time is often served as a time of heaviness, right? Where people who aren't practicing being light beings and being brilliant and shining and kind and joyful and happy, who are actually kind of on the other side of that coin, they're using this time, right? They're using this time of sacrifice as we move into this, you know, next couple of months anyway, for their own stuff. And it's important for us to stay bright, to just keep ourselves focused on the exciting time. You know, tonight the clocks go forward for the first time in months, thank God. And I think everybody here who is subjected to the whole daylight savings time BS, as far as I'm concerned, is just a mind mess, if you ask me. Because it's all still the same. You're just making us move a number around. Anyway, we all fall for it, because what are you going to do, right? Run an hour behind everybody else or an hour ahead of everybody else. So you got to kind of go with the flow of society. Anyway, the moving forward of this time is actually really cool, because a lot of people feel really good. They start to realize, okay, yeah, you know what? We do have longer days. It is, you know, a brighter time, a longer, lighter time for all of us. So that is all very, very important for us to note right now. And this time with the lunar eclipses and all of the equinox energy, it's important for us to keep ourselves focused on the right things, on the things that we want to manifest into the new year. You know, when we work with 9 energy, you're not just letting go, you're creating new, right? You're opening up space so that you can enjoy new ventures, new experiences, and all kinds of new and wonderful magic and miracles. So I'm going to throw a little bit of housekeeping in right here. Speaking of magic and miracles, Magic and Miracles is actually going to be on sale through this time period, from the lunar eclipse to the solar eclipse, and that is 25% off of that. Program is a phenomenal experience. So if you've never taken Magic and Miracles with Merlin, you've never had the absolute incredible experience of engaging with him and me in that, you know, you might want to reach out to me and look at what's involved in that. And also, because of what we're talking about, Merlin has decided that in his infinite wisdom, everybody wants to enlighten, and this beautiful time where, you know, we're working with solar and lunar eclipses and all of that wonderful bringing in the light, letting go of the darkness and all that stuff, he has thrown on all of the programs in the Enlightenment series for half off. I know. I was like, what? He's like, no, half off. We're talking about eclipses here, right? We're talking about, you know, balancing out, and we're talking about evening things out, half and half. So I was like, all right. As I usually end up doing, you know, what am I going to say? It's his stuff. It's his work. I just am blessed to be the facilitator that helps people enjoy and experience his most incredible work. So if you're interested, check out my website and go in there and have a little look at the E6 series, E to the power of 6 series. The Enlightenment series is a phenomenal series of programs. There's 4 of them in total that Merlin brought through a few years back, all about helping us not just clear the trauma from ourselves, our chakras, our, our physical bodies and things like that, but also our planet. And because we are here as I've said, cells in the body, or as beautiful illuminated aspects of her, and those who are helping her ascend into that higher vibrational space and those higher illuminated spaces, we are working not just for ourselves, but for her. So in this program series, you actually do that. You engage consciously with full awareness of, your own way of clearing the trauma and your own trauma to clear, but also in relation to Mother Earth. So it's pretty powerful. I encourage everybody to have a look and see if any of those resonate with you, because half off is a remarkable sale. You're sure about that, right, Marlon? Okay. I just do what he tells me. Okay, so back to the whole lunar eclipses and the equinox stuff. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. The beautiful synchronicity that's playing out here is divinely orchestrated. So, I would also like to mention, a lot of people are encountering that darkness stuff that I was talking about. And it's coming in pretty hard with people. Some people are just really being challenged by it, targeted by it in a way. If that's you and you need help, reach out, because I have something that can definitely help. And I know that it is incredibly effective and has helped a number of people, like a lot of people, to release themselves from that kind of influence. This is it's a game. I don't want to call it a battle, but it gets pretty intense sometimes, between light and dark. And I have said to people for a very long time, we must understand that the amount of light that we hold and our ability to hold whatever amount of light we can is directly proportionate to the amount of darkness you're going to experience. It's going to be there because we live in a polarity. And until we're literally up and out of those particular dimensional experiences, that is a given. It's just the way it is. And so you're going to always have these forces that you must recognize are there. They're not always going to be attacking you or anything like that, but they are definitely going to be there, helping you stay and remembering that you need to keep yourself bright. This is daily work, people. You can't just take a shower a year and expect yourself to stay clean. You can't even take a shower a week and not expect yourself to get goop on you. You got to do the maintenance. That's kind of the deal here. And so paying attention to that stuff, recognizing that, the work you do on yourself is incredibly powerful. The shadow work you do is necessary in all ways and all aspects of your doing it. But as you do it, the shadow work definitely brings about the shadow for us to recognize. But we're powerful beings. And the more shine, the more we shine, the more brilliant we are, the more elevated we become. And we actually ascend up out of the darkness and kind of don't have to worry about it, because we kind of leave it behind or we push it aside. And the more field of light, that your field of light is filled with light and brilliant and bright, the farther that darkness is away from you. And that's what we're here to do. So, hi. Hey, everybody. Big, long intro there. I'm loving this energy, though. It's so awesome. It's very, like I said, it's accelerated. It's accelerated, and it's good. It's good energy. It's not, there have been moments, I must admit, where I've kind of felt this sort of pocket of what others are feeling like impending doom, we called it the other day in a conversation. Didn't we, Robin? Yeah. We were like, oh my God. And I get that so much. I was just like, I feel this impending doom. that's not me per se. That's what I'm picking up. That's all this stuff that's coming to the surface to be released, so that when those eclipses show up, boom, all that stuff is just totally reset, released, and recalibrated out of our experience and out of our minds. So, yeah. Wow, I tell you. Okay, mind, body, and spirit, folks. We're going to do those 3 cards. And then Spirit said, it's time. So I had this deck of cards sitting on my shelf for, I don't even know. And those that know me know I absolutely adore the moon. I love the moon, but for whatever reason, I just have not opened these cards and actually been drawn to these cards until today. So we're going to open our Moonology cards, and we're going to see what the next couple of weeks, as we play with these cards, say. What these cards say about the moon experience that we are having, the lunar experience that we are having. She rules emotions, and she rules electrical stuff. So your brain is going to be affected. The circuitry in your brain is going to be affected. That's where the word lunacy comes from. That's why people get affected, because there's water and electricity surging through your brain that she has an incredible effect on. More than 70% of your body is water. More than 70% of this planet is water. And she makes those ocean tides roll. Ebb and flow all the time. That's some powerful energy. Imagine what she's really doing to us. And for those of us who are not in command of our emotions, on the full moon, we are really feeling it. And on the new moon, or on the full moon, you're feeling it in your emotional, or excuse me, in your feminine space. And in the new moon, you're definitely feeling it in your masculine space. So they're intense times. They're very intense times for everybody, especially if you're not aware of what's going on. You can really lose your balance and lose your, your bearings about you. So those waves can knock you right over. So let's have a little look at the mind, body, and spirit, where we are with this eclipse stuff coming in the next week. It's Friday, the 14th of March, that we have this beautiful lunar eclipse and lunar full moon. Yeah. Are we ready? Ready? Okay, I'm going to pull 3. Here we go. Mind, body, and spirit. What can we expect for our mental experience, our physical experiences, and our spiritual experiences? All right. Aha. 7 of Cups for the mental. The 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups, excuse me, is a card of illusion. So once again, with this mental experience of, a lunar release, an emotional experience, don't fall, don't believe necessarily that the stuff you're releasing is stuff that you have yet to work on. It's stuff you've already worked on. It's just being let go. Don't, fall for the illusion of, whatever it is that's coming. Don't fall for things. Don't fall for deceptions. Don't fall for, things that just don't feel right or seem right or sound right or, whatever, look right to you. Don't fall for the illusions. Trust your heart, and trust that your heart is going to connect to your mind and say, hey, pay attention. Beware that that's not maybe what it looks like. I spoke last week about some of the things that are going on in the world. And we can get caught up very easily, emotionally, in some of the things that are taking place around the world. Why? Because they tug at our heartstrings. People are involved, and we, as a humanity, and most of us here watching anyway, have empathy, and we have compassion for our fellow man and our fellow women. This says, don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for the deceit. Don't fall for the deception that's out there. Be aware. Discern for yourself. Use your mental faculties to literally see what you see, and then feel it out in your heart to see what you feel, and then put them together and see what goes down. See what you come up with from that. But don't just look around the world and say, oh, that's that and that's that. Pull yourself back, especially those things that grab your heart and get you all riled up. Because a lot of that stuff right now is doing that for people and to people everywhere. It's very easy to get caught up in these events, these experiences. And We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to witness them. We're supposed to be observant of them. We're supposed to care, sure. That doesn't mean you don't care and feel something about what you're, some sympathy and whatever, even a little bit of empathy, but don't let yourself get riled up. Don't let yourself get caught up. And don't let yourself get so overwhelmed with things that you can't control or be in command of yourself. Seven of Cups. Very, very important for us. Don't let yourself. I'll pray. It's very easy. Especially because what you see and hear around you, is meant to is designed to do that very thing. To tug at those heartstrings. To get you divided. To get you, played. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. We are here, individuals, sovereign beings. Authorities for ourselves in our full capacity to be that. Mind, body, and spirit. Sovereign beings. And they play on that. They really, really do. Turn off your TVs. Turn off your TVs. Body. Strength. See that? Strength. That's Hercules. And that's the Nemean lion. I don't know the story inside out. Excuse me. But what I will say is that he could have killed that lion, but he didn't. He chokeholded it out. He totally, choked it into submission. But in doing so, he had compassion, right? Like he could have killed it. And he didn't. Have compassion for yourself. Take your time with yourself. Be gentle. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Have a brave heart. And know that no matter what, your courage to be brave and to be, true to yourself and strong for yourself and kind to yourself, compassionate for yourself, your capacity to have that brave heart is all that matters. All that matters. It's all that matters. This experience requires our humanity. And in that, we need to have heart. We need to have heart. We need to have compassion. We need to have empathy. We need to have, love. Unconditional love. That, my friends, that is the challenge. We are not even going to talk about that because right now where we are on this planet, we can't even talk about that. You can't. It's not possible. So, for ourselves, our bodies, everything, our experience here materially, have compassion for yourself and for others. But take your time, right? Don't push yourself. Be brave, honor yourself, especially through these eclipses, because a lot of people are going to have fluctuations in their emotions and in their mental thoughts. And all the prep work we've done over the last few readings, the last few weeks, about, getting into our power, becoming sovereign beings, changing the thoughts we think, all those big changes we had in those mind spaces, all of that is for now. And it requires your discipline also to carry that out for yourself, right? Those changes. To be strong and not fall for those things that will come in and say, again, oh, this is work you didn't do, or you need to still finish doing more on this, or whatever. It's not done or over with. It's not healed. No, don't fall for that. It is so healed. Affirm for yourself what you want, especially in the next little while. Affirming right now what we don't want, we let go, with that lunar eclipse, and moving into that solar time, we affirm what we do want. And that's when we start building those resonances. That's when we really start to build up that energetic imprint and impression in our field so that we can attract all of those wonderful things. But that means you got to be disciplined for yourself. You've got to have courage to do what's necessary and to be, strong in your heart to do that. Disciplined in your heart. That's what this card's talking about. And Spirit says, let's communicate. Go inside. The Hermit card comes in. That's 2 major cards out of 3. That's important to note, by the way. But this third card, the Spirit card, where Spirit comes in and says, hey, This is you. This is us. This is the next little while. These next 2 weeks, take time to go inside. Be introspective for yourself, because like I said, this is all about the reset of our mental and our emotional spaces, our male and female spaces, the left and right brain hemispheres, all of that stuff. You're going to have to take time, some downtime for yourselves. Stay away from the craziness, the chaos. Turn your TVs off. Those things. Don't watch that stuff. Stay away from outside. There's so many people are disoriented. I don't know how else to say it. There's this brain foggy stuff happening with people. People aren't thinking clearly. And, I'm not talking about necessarily the ones who watch us, who are gathered here tonight, and hi to everybody, I love you all, who, pay attention and who are consciously aware, living their lives. I'm talking about the rest of the world. And retreat. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Abort mission, do not go out. Especially for these next 2 weeks. 3 weeks. This week leading up to this lunar eclipse, the week of the equinox, and then the week of the final eclipse, which is the solar eclipse at the end of the month. Stay away from things that challenge you if you can. As long as you can, obviously. Isolate yourself. Set your boundaries up stronger than you had them before. Whatever it takes, board up your door and your windows. Who cares? As long as you can allow yourself to go inside, meditate, spend more time inside than you do outside is really the meaning here. Spirit just says, come and connect with us. This Hermit card, in times of darkness, which, like I said, we're going to have these intermittents. We carry our own light. We do carry our own light. And we always have guidance from those in spirit who can see through those shadows and see the shadows within the shadows. And those things we have, a need for to cut through certain things, we have them too. And we just have to trust that as we go inside and we retreat, it gives us time to reflect, to be introspective, to be contemplative. Just what eclipses are all about. Just what eclipses are all about. And like I said, Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th, which allows that final eclipse time, in all the things that you've put in as seeds that you wanted to plant for, manifestations and wonderful wishes and dreams and things like that, gives that time to really germinate a little bit, so you can, like I said, ruminate on those things and kind of refine and define your list. It's a good idea. To me, it's been my experience energetically. Now, I don't know about other people, but I can tell you in my experience energetically, retrogrades are like the agitation cycle in the washing machine. And for those who know me, you've heard this before. Agitation cycles in the washing machine. That's where stuff is moving, shaking it up, stuff's coming to the surface, but nothing's really going anywhere. Nothing's really happening. It's just coming to the surface to be seen, to be released, to be let go. To be flushed away, right? To be cleansed away. And that time gives us a time to look at things, to sift through stuff, to see what's there, what has come to the surface, what we do need to, know that some of us need to know what we're letting go of. Some of us really like to know as we take inventory what we're letting go of and what, what we see, being let go, being released from us, as part, because it's evidence of our work. It's evidence of things, moving along nicely like they're supposed to. So, good time to reflect on all of that stuff. And then when Mercury decides to go direct again, which is generally 3 weeks down the road, everything will at that point be very clear to you about what it is you do want, what you don't want, things that will have settled in from the lunar eclipse the lunar eclipse will let you know in a refining way what you can either take off that list of things you're looking for to do, create or grow or manifest, or add to it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Great time. Oh, it's also a very, very powerful time for magic of the candle kind. So if you're into candle magic, super, super great time to work with white and black candles. Again, inside, outside, upside down, One or the other. Oh, awesome time. Okay, so to recap, Seven of Cups in your mental space. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't let yourself, self-sabotage yourself and fall prey to, the thoughts before, or the stuff you said to yourself before, or the things you think you haven't worked on or haven't done, or you thought you worked on but seem to still be there. It's okay. It's all good. It just looks like that. A lot of deception, a lot of smoke screen, a lot of smoke, everything in the world. Come back to yourself. Be centered in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Discernment is everything. And then stay your ground. Stay your ground. Right here. Have courage to be gentle with yourself, to be compassionate, to be enduring with yourself, because some of us have no patience with ourselves or anybody else for that matter. Enduring. Endurance. Patience. Merlin told me once I better look up patience. And in the dictionary it said calm endurance. And I thought, calm endurance. Yeah, that's what you gotta have. It's not about hurry up and wait. It's about calm endurance. Bread takes time to rise. Babies take time to grow. So this card is all about being gentle, using your heart space to, just be kind to yourself and have compassion and humanity about you, and just take your time. Take your time with things. Strength, brave of heart. And then Spirit, Hermit card. Go inside, especially over the next few weeks. Go inside. Retreat from the outside world. You're supposed to be in this world, not of it. You're supposed to be watching it from the sidelines, like the movie that it really is. You're not a participant. This isn't Purple Rose of Cairo. Anybody remember that movie? Where the actors actually ended up checking out the people in the audience and interacting with them. It's kind of trippy, but still, this is not it. Gotta watch. Be observing. We have 2 eyes and 2 ears and only 1 mouth for a reason. So we're going to pull a brick, and then we're going to open up this brand new deck and pull 1, maybe 2. We'll see what Merlin says from the Moonology cards. All right. Brick card, because you just can't make this stuff up, folks. 1, 2. How many? 3 shuffles. Yes, sir. All right. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's so nice to have you here. I always enjoy these. And I get talking, and then I forget to say hey. I get talking and forget to do a lot of things sometimes. Anyway, here we go. We shuffle. We spread them out. We pull whatever one Merlin says we need to pull. Oops. All right. Inner power. Today I choose to see myself as significant. I acknowledge my true strength. I remain steadfast in the face of adversity. If I stumble, I pick myself up, knowing that I am filled with the power of the universe. I accept and appreciate myself in every way. I contain the most precious treasures of the world, of this world within me, and the universe shines through me. What a beautiful card. I didn't show you at first, but look at that. Oh my God. Inner power. We got this, people. We are so powerful. We really all are. So I had to break this open first so you didn't see me struggle with the plastic wrap. And so many of us know how much of a struggle that can be to get into some of these wrapped packages. Okay. Now, typically I would spend a few minutes with these cards, dedicate myself to them, dedicate them to me, have a little chat with them, become their friend, and all of that stuff. But not tonight. We're not doing that tonight. We are going to just go right into pull. Oh, they feel good. They do feel good. Let the moon be your guide. Let the moon be your guide. Love the moon. Last week I wore my shirt with my moons on it. Wouldn't you know? Okay, here we go. We're going to do one more shuffle. Okay? And then we're pulling. All right. Merlin's like, all right, get with the program. Here we go. So we're pulling 2 cards. 2 cards. The 2 cards. And I don't know why 2, but whatever. We're just going to pull 2. And maybe they'll resonate with you. 2. Like I said, I've never used these before. You just watch me open them, so we'll see what happens. A time for healing is the first card. And let's have a little moon. A little look. It says the balsamic moon, which is lovely. Okay. 38. Number 38. There you go. Patience is required at the time of the balsamic moon. It's a time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare yourself for the new moon, which is just around the corner. No matter which point the current moon cycle you've pulled this card in, it's a reminder to go a little bit easy on yourself. This time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. So this is, pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in mind, or in need, rather. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that something or someone really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so that you're ready when the time comes. Time to let go of the past. Okay, time for healing. Beautiful card. Look at that. Look at that. But you see, as we move towards, we have all this other work we can do. See what that says? Beautiful. South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. There's the South Node. 114. Bear with me, folks. The South Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us that we are likely to become obsessed with what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The South Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating or even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. So attuning to the moon, I release the past. What do you know? Can't make this stuff up, folks. Right out of the box. Can't make this stuff up. How cool is that stuff? Okay. Get yourself some candles. Do some candle magic. If you're letting go of stuff, write on it. You know, inscribe into that candle. Use a little toothpick or an incense stick or something of that nature that you can write on the candle. And whatever it is you're letting go of, write it from bottom to top, so that from the very end of it that you're dealing with now in the moment to the very beginning of it once you dealt with it, it's all gone. And if you're ready to let it go, beware, because that will truly work. That magic works beautifully. So, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Oh, yes, you know what? Now that I see that there. Hi. We just came through the 369 portal. And I want to say something about that real quickly, even though we've already come to the other side of it. Tesla did speak about the mechanics of the universe in terms of 369. And so for those who really are interested in what that means, because there isn't actually a lot of information out there about it, 3, in my experience, has been the number of divinity and creation. 6 is the number of, and if you write it, it's the number of our experiences here and how we integrate them. So if you write the number 6 on a piece of paper, you'll see that you start at the top, you come down to this place, and you do a giant journey, and you come back to center right here. That's the 6. Our job, however, is to take ourselves from this journey all the way back up so that we can go back to the center up there instead, which is your 9. As we loop and as we do these energetic experiences, we hope to embody those vibrations. So there we go, Pauline. Got it? All right. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead, folks. I so look forward to seeing you all on the next Psychic Saturday Night Live. And stay grounded. Prepare yourself. Think about all the things you are really looking forward to creating and manifesting in the future. But right now, think about all the things you are still ready to let go of and still noticing that needs to just be acknowledged for what it gave you, what it blessed you with, and what it taught you, so that you can finally say, adios. Yes, I do not want you anymore. No, you do not need to think you're staying here. You're gone. Adios. Hasta la vista. Hasta luego. All of those wonderful things, you know. Yeah. God bless you all. Have a wonderful time, and I look forward to our next connection. See you next week. Bye now.